Okay. Today in reading, remember, we're gonna learn how to read a book, a storybook. So first, you all remember we need to look at the pictures. Then we're gonna stop and think. Think, what is a picture is telling me? What is this front page picture is telling me? Now, and also when we're thinking, what is this story telling me? We're gonna use our fingers as our help to think, what is this story wants to tell me? We need to look at the settings, like where is this story taking place? Uh, who is the main character? Who is in it? Who they talk the most of the time? Then we have to look for the beginning. How this story is starting? How does this story start? What was the first thing they say? Or what do I see on the first page? Okay, for the middle, like what happened at the middle of the story? What was the problem? That's what the middle story is about. What was the problem? What was going on? And at the end, how do they solve it? What was the end? Is a happy ending? We're gonna be thinking about those 5-finger retell. Okay, so you need to pay close attention because I'm gonna ask you some questions. And as before, all the things we're learning, that we can read the pictures, but also we can read the words. And as we go, I'm gonna show you how to read a story. Okay, we're gonna read it to ourselves, and then we're gonna read page by page. I'm gonna show you right now. Okay. As we say, we can read the first page, and we're using our strategy of 5-finger retell. So I also want to tell you there's 2 kinds of books to read. One book tells us about things that happen in the real world or things that we need to learn that are real. Well, we're going to talk about those fiction and non-fictions later on. But those are the ones that tell us real stuff on the world. And there's another kind of books that just tell stories, and some of those stories are not real, like a book where you can see a dog that is talking as a human. You know that's not real, but they have real good stories. So for this, I choose this story that I'm gonna look first. I look at the picture. What is this book going to tell me? What kind of story this book will have? I look through it. I read it to myself. I always like to follow my reading with my finger so I don't miss any word. I'm reading it to myself. I didn't want to scare you, so I'm gonna... I read it to myself. And then, as we have learned, I'll go back again. And this time I'm gonna ask you some questions. I want you to look at the picture. And I'm gonna read the title to you. The Very Brave Bear, writing by Nick Bland. So by looking at the picture and reading the title, Emilio, what do you think this book is gonna be about?
Bears?
About bears, because there's bears right here. There's a bear. Good. That's a good prediction, huh? Okay, thanks, Emilio. Okay, now I'm gonna read it. The very brave bear. In the jingle jungle on the edge of slimy bog, Bear was picking berries from a very wobbly log. Ahoy, said Boris Buffalo from underneath the mud, and Bear fell off his wobbly log and landed with a... Well, you can see the book. So Calvin, where do you think he fell off? He landed with? The bear landed where?
In water?
In water? Let's find out. Todd. He landed on the grass.
Wow.
That's a good guess. I didn't mean to scare you, said Boris with a grin. I only came to ask you if you wanted to come in. I wasn't even scared, said the bear. I'm just as brave as you. The bravest thing that you can do, I can do it too. What is this bear gonna do? So he balanced like a butterfly up on the willow log. He did a double somersault. And splash in slimy bog. Okay. If you're so brave, continue Bear, then come and follow me. We'll see how brave a buffalo is when climbing up a tree. Richard, where do you think they're heading up to?
Where are they going, Rick? No. You didn't listen like I told you to.
You want me to read it again? I can read it again. Don't worry.
Listen as she reads. Listen.
Okay. If you're so brave, continue Bear, then come and follow me. We'll see how brave a buffalo is when climbing up a tree.
Okay, so where are they going to go do? What are they going to go do? No. You didn't.
Do you want to look at the picture first?
Okay, look at the picture.
Where do they
what are
heading up to?
Climbing a tree.
Climbing a tree, yeah. So Bear climbed up a mighty tree, the tallest he could find, and there was Boris Buffalo climbing right behind. That was easy, Boris said, and what a pleasant view, but I can think of something else that you'll be scared to do. Boris wandered up a hill, the steepest he could find, then tumbled down the other side, and Bear was right behind. That was easy, boasted Bear. I'm just as brave as you, but I can think of something else that you'll be scared to do. Okay, I'm not reading the words. I'm gonna ask Petra, what are they doing?
Walking on rocks in the water.
Yeah, they're walking on rocks on the water. Let us see what they do. They cross a raging river and they swam between trees. Oops. They cross the river and they swam between the trees. They tried to catch a porcupine and were a bear or bees. Bear and Boris Buffalo were the bravest of the braves. Until that is, they came across, I'm gonna ask Desmond, by looking at this picture before I read the words, where do you think they go? Should cover my words. What do they find?
They went to a cave.
Into a cave. Yeah. A very scared cave. It's awfully dark inside, said Boris. It's quiet too, said Bear. Then with his softest voice he said, is anybody there? Tomas, what do you think? Are they gonna find someone inside?
Yeah.
Okay, let's read it. Maybe we should wait, said Boris, until we know for sure. And then from in the cave, there came a very scary... Annika, what do you think they see inside that scary cave?
A big, giant bear.
That's a good prediction. Roar! Bear and Boris Buffalo had never been so scared. They decided not to go inside and run away instead. They hurried through the jungle and they hid in slimy bog. And then from in the cave, there came... Annika said a giant... Oh, something giant, you tell me, huh? Giant bear? So, it was a tiny little frog. So Bear and Boris Buffalo went back to Froggy's cave and agreed that bears and buffaloes see how far they ran and got hit from a tiny frog. Let me read this page. I don't want to lose you. So Bear and Boris Buffalo went back to Froggy's cave and agreed that bears and buffaloes are equally as brave. And the and so remember I told you to pay attention because I'm going to ask you a few questions. Remember my 5-finger tell? So the first finger tells me, where was the story happening? I'm going to ask Davis, what was this story happening? Remember the setting? That's my first finger. Setting. Where were they? Davis. Just unmute your microphone and tell me.
When the bears got scared of the dog, then
That was the problem, but where were they at?
but it
What?
wasn't a big giant bear.
It wasn't, but Davis, where is this story happening? Like, were they on the city? In a house?
Oh, that was just a long time ago. But the next
But where were
day,
they? Like at what place?
they're in the cage.
In a cage?
No, and I said they're in a cave, not a cage.
A cave. You think this was happening in a cave? Let me read the first page again. Okay,
Yes.
because that was the setting. Okay, can you mute your microphone?
What?
And the jingle, jangle, jungle. Where is this place? Where is the bear living at? Okay, let me have some help for someone else. Can you mute your microphone, Davis? Tomás. ¿Dónde estaban?
They were inside a cave.
They were inside the cave? That's where they started the story? The setting? The place where they live at?
Yeah.
Okay, let me read the first page again. Everything begins in the jungle. What was the setting? The place? This story that this story take place at?
They were at the jungle.
At the jungle. Yeah, that's the place. The whole setting, everything happened on the jungle. So I'm gonna write here, the jungle was the setting.
And the jungle was outside.
It's outside, yeah. So that's my setting. So the next question, my next finger is, who were the main characters?
The bear?
The bear. Good job. It's the main characters. Thank you, Thomas. Yeah, now you mute your microphone. The bear. Okay, now I'm gonna ask, why I haven't heard from? Christian. What was the beginning of the book? What was the problem?
Go inside in the tunnel.
They were in a tunnel? Yeah, that's part of the setting. So I think this is the beginning. How did the story begin? What was Bear gonna do it? What happened when he saw the buffalo? The first time he saw the buffalo, what happened there?
Make a fire.
They got fire?
Uh-huh. Teacher, when are we gonna be done?
Not yet, until we said we're done. Okay. Who did he saw when he fell off?
We can go inside school.
Yeah, but later on, I'll let you know, Petra, okay? Yes, stop turning your microphone without a turn, please. I'm recording. Okay, let me hear from Beth. What was the beginning of the story? How did the story start? What was the bear doing on our book? On the first pages, what was he doing?
He was jumping into the pond.
Yeah, he was jumping everywhere. Yeah, that's the beginning. He was just jumping onto the logs. Good job, Beth. You were paying attention. That's our middle finger, the beginning. Okay, then what was the problem? That's our middle finger. What was the problem? What do you want to prove?
He wanted to prove he was the bravest bear in the whole wide jungle.
Wow, there you go. Good job, Beth. Thank you. You mute your microphone. You were paying attention. Yeah, he wants to prove that he was the bravest one.
Mm-hmm.
So he did a lot of stuff to prove it. So what was the end, Leah? What was the end of the story? What happened at the end? Did he was the bravest of the jungle? Did he find someone else to be the bravest? Or what was, how do they solve it?
He was the bravest.
He was the bravest or he was equally as brave as the buffalo? Remember the end? What did they decide? That he was the bravest or that he was equally as brave as the buffalo?
He was brave as the buffalo.
Yeah, he was equally brave. That is the end. Good job. Thank you, Leah. See, that's how story goes. And that's what we're learning today. What is the setting? Where does those story happen? Who are the main characters? What was at the beginning? How did the story start? What was at the middle?
In that book.
And the end. Who read this book before?
Who read this? Doesn't have main characters.
This book doesn't have a main characters? Who
No.
says that?
Well, it's a game, but it's not a game right now because it doesn't have main characters.
Is that you, Davis? Because I can show you the main characters that we already find.
Okay.
Remember who they talk about? They talk about
I need the main.
the bear. Remember, main characters are those ones that they talk the most, or the principal person on the book they talk about.
Well, if
That's a main character. That's what a main character is. And it could be anything they talk about.
But the bears are not main characters. They're just in the book.
Yeah, that's just in the book, and it's about the book we're reading. And you can read, remember there's two kind of books? Books that are real, that you can tell that it's a real story, and they also have main characters. For instance, look, oh, Davis, let me talk, Davis, because I need to explain this. You have a really, really good point. Okay, please mute your microphone and let me explain this. Thank you. Remember those two kind of books? Ones that are real and teach you about the real world. And those have their main characters that show you the story. Like in this book is real. And they talk about the characters, but it's real because who's unmuting his microphone? I need to explain this. Please keep it mute. Let me check. Okay, there you go. This book says that dogs go into the mouth. Did dogs do that? Yeah, sometimes they do that. So they're talking about something that is real. That happened. Who are our characters? Our characters are the dogs. They're talking about the dogs. That's what is real. When a book is not real like this, it's just a story too. But they said things that are not happening for real. But they're very good stories that I love. That's what books are for. Do you think that a bear can go like jingo jango and slimy bugs and picking up berries from wiggly logs, and they tag with the buffaloes and not in the other animals like a human tags? No, that's why this book is not real, but they have the characters they need to talk about. Both of these stories are really good stories, but one is real and one is not. Do we have main characters in it? Yeah, because they talk about that a thing or a person that is the main thing on the book. Okay. Now that we know how to read a good story, I want you to go find a book from anywhere. If you're at your house, you're gonna find a book. If not, in your packages, we always send books home. Go find one and you're gonna read for 5 minutes, okay? You can read it to yourselves, remember? And you can also read it to someone that is with you, okay?